Good morning, everybody. This session, I'm going to start the new chapter, that is Principles of Inheritance. In the Principles of Inheritance, the first part of lesson goes to botany part. I hope yesterday sir has been discussed it. Now the continuation part from sex determination and Mendelian disorders. Let us discuss. From the sex determination, we have to assume one question. Here the sex determination can be done by environmentally. Before genetics has been introduced into the science, there was very tough situations to find out the animal's sex, whether it is a individual is male or female, and who desired it. There doesn't know when the fertilization time sex will be determined and all. Before that, some animals' sex will be decided by environment. Environmental factors like temperature, heat, and upon the conditions around the animals, they used to behave. Sometimes some lizards, if you see, they lay eggs under the high temperatures, and means they give rise their gametes at the ovaries, as well as under the different temperatures, lower temperatures, opposite temperatures. They used to produce the different gametes like sperms. Means who decides the sex of a particular animal means temperature. So the environment will be a factor to decide the sex. But after 1891, Henke explained the X body in some insects. Later, scientists felt very easy that sex determination will be happen at the time of fertilization by chromosomes. That is genetic sex determination. So genetically, sex determination proved by chromosomes is called genetically. In this case, there are again two types. Why genetically? Because of chromosomes. Chromosomes perform heterogamy. Chromosomes perform heterogamy. What is heterogamy? Heterogamy means, you know very well, chromosomes are always in the pairs. In case of human, there are 46. Nothing but pairs. There are 46 means individuals. 23 pairs. Like in the Drosophila, if you see 8 pairs. And a honeybee, if you see the 16 pairs. Then, pairs of chromosomes are arranged in very condensed manner in the chromatin. So during cell division, this chromatin becomes chromosomes. Chromosomes have the genetic makeup of a particular species. But if you see the chromosomes, there are two types: autosomes and allosomes. Autosomes and allosomes. Autosomes provide vegetative characters. Whereas allosomes provide reproductive characters. So, in case of human, they are XX in female, XY in male. But the number is 2, 1 pair. Whereas all these are autosomes, you can resemble like A and A. They are also insect. They are about 22 pairs. 22 pairs means 44. This is 1 pair means 2 is equal to 46 in case of human. Like that, it will be resemble for each and every animal. So, if you see this particular set, this is heterogamy because in 1 pair, both are not identical. This is called hemigamous condition. Then, but this is homogamous. This is heterogamous. It will be decided. It will be the factor to decide the sex, not this one. And don't think that always sex determination can be done by only males. Heterogamy is present in males, then male will decide. If heterogamy is present in the female, then female will be the factor for sex determination. So that heterogamy is the two type. Male heterogamy. Male heterogamy and female heterogamy. What is heterogamy? Individual, either male or female, who maintains hemizygous condition, non-identical chromosomes will be there. Then that is called heterozygous condition, heterogamous condition. So if that is represented by male, male heterogamy. If that is represented by female, female heterogamy. Male heterogamy, example, Number one, XX, XY type. Here XX is female, XY is male. In both the sets, allosomes. Whereas the female, same conditions, homozygous, homogamy, but this is heterogamy. For this example, mammals, including human and Drosophila. As the Drosophila have same number is different, chromosome number is different, but pattern of allosomes is same. That is why Drosophila will be considered as a genetically tool for the genetic experiments for so many things. Now, another one, second one, XX, XO type. Actually, here O means not alphabet, X not 0. So XX here is the female, XO here is male. This kind of example, grasshopper, some insects. Some insects are the examples. Both pattern is different, but male only exhibiting the heterogamous condition. Now, female heterogamy, I hope you got the idea. Here, female will be exhibiting different gametes. Z, W, Z, Z. This is female, this is male. Where here male is homogamous conditions, female is heterogamous conditions. So, who have heterogamous condition, they will be the reason for sex reproduction at the fertilization. So, genetically happen at fertilization time. At fertilization time. Fine. Example for this, nematodes, ascaris like, snails, molluscans, fishes, and birds, foals. These are examples. And another pattern here, this is the first one, this is the second one, that is ZOZZ. Here ZO represented allosomes that are in female, whereas ZZ homogamous, that is in male. For this example, some insects like butterfly, moth. Whereas if you see sex determination in humans, let us see. In humans, total chromosomes, total number of chromosomes 46 or 23 pairs, and the total number of autosomes 44 or 22 pairs. Total number of allosome reproductive chromosomes, there are 2 or 1 pair. So in human, sex determination, SD short form, sex determination is male heterogamy, as I explained just before, male heterogamy. In that, male gametes that are sperm, just take 2 sperms. A sperm carry 23 chromosomes. In that, 22 chromosomes are autosomes, and it may carry X. And another type is 22 plus Y. These are the 2 different types. If they mate, if they fuse with the ovum, probability, if you see, this is the ovum, this is the another ovum. Ovum also gamete, which consists of 23 chromosomes. We have 22 plus X, and another is a 22 plus X. Same type of gametes. So that homogamy, homogamous. This is heterogamy and hemizygous. Hemizygous or heterogamy. Let us see the probability if this sperm meets this ovum, or this sperm maybe meet this ovum. Other than this, there are no probabilities. Then here what happens, because of this sperm and this ovum, 22 plus 22, 44 autosomes plus X and X. So 44 plus 2, 46. With this 46, this is a diploid one. This is individual. This individual is definitely female. Because of the XX, we can say that. Whereas here, 22 plus 22, 44 plus X plus X, XX. So that 44 plus X, 2 chromosomes that are 46. Even this is the diploid condition. This is also female. I can say female because of the XX. Whereas next sperm, fate, if you see this type of a chromosome gather the ovum number of ovules will be there, the same type. Then here 22 plus 22, 44 plus Y plus X are XY, 2 chromosomes. But these are also 46, this is also diploid, but this time this is male because of XY. Who decided the male? Who decided the female? Because of Y chromosome. Y chromosome present in the male, that's why male heterogamy. Then the same thing, 44 plus XY, total 46 chromosomes, diploid, this is male. So probability 2 males and 2 females, 2 is to 2 means 1 is to 1. So 50% probability is there at the time of fertilization to expect upcoming new embryo or baby will be either male or female, not more than. Suppose a mother gave birth for 3 babies before and all the 3 are girls, what is the probability for 4th baby? You don't think that there is a 3 means 25% probability will be there. No. Number of births even happened very next birth or any next birth after 99 also 100 probability will be 1:1 means 50%. So this is how the 2 areas we can expect one question from the sex determination. Clear? After sex determination, immediately we have to go for Mendelian disorders. Let us see Mendelian disorders. Are coming by the mutations or deletions or substitutions of the genes or sometimes chromosomes. If you see by the genes, there are Mendelian disorders. Mendelian disorders that are happened by gene deletion, substitution, addition, repetition, etc. Whereas other side, chromosomal disorders. Chromosomal disorders. Chromosomal disorders comes through the abnormal patterns or arrangement of chromosomes. Abnormal patterns of chromosomes by their number or structure. Guys, one should understand here, this is the chromosome, homologous chromosome set. Bivalent chromosomes, they have 2 sister chromatids. Right. So chromosomes, these 2 are homologous chromosomes. Homologous chromosomes. On the chromosomes, genes will be there on pairs. Genes will be there on pairs. So that this is gene. Alternate form of the gene, allele, the morph. Allelic morph. Where gene is sitting on the chromosome, the particular place in some position. Here gene is there, but here gene is not there. Maybe here gene is there, here gene is not there. Where gene is located on the chromosome, the place is called locus or loci. Suppose here the gene is capital A and capital A. This may be the dominant form. Dominant allele, that is the capital A and capital A. If not, if this is the capital B and this is the small b, that is heterozygous dominant. Heterozygous dominant, capital A or small a or capital B or small b, whatever. Here capital A, capital A, capital B, capital A. Whereas here if you see small a and small a, so that is a recessive. This is dominant, this is a recessive allele. small a and small a, small b, small a. Recessive means not always less. Dominant means it is always function. Sometimes dominant is also disorder. Sometimes recessive is also disorder. Maximum times recessive means recessive means what they are not expressing. Here I want you to understand that recessive means allele which is in absence of expression. Genes are under dominant. Other gene will be dominant. So, but here dominant means what? Expressive in nature. Expressive in nature. So chromosome segregation will happen later. Gametes will be formed in the meiosis 1. Then gametes will be carrying either one of the allele. Later that will be fused at the time of fertilization with the another gamete. Maybe there is a ovum. Then these two allelomorphs will combine and form the characters of new individuals. During that time, if any recessives are carried by the generation, then if there is not expressive, as the recessive conditions are absence of expression, then a particular character, that may be color, particular character may be production of enzyme, particular character that may be production of a protein, particular character that may be physiological property or sense, whatever, that will be absent. So that due to the presence of recessive genes, some abnormalities will be there. So they all comes under genetic disorders. First, let us discuss about the genetic disorders that are also Mendelian disorders. Then what about the chromosomal disorders? Chromosomal disorders are different. Chromosome that depends upon the number and structure. A complete chromosome that carry 20 genes, if the chromosome has been terminated, some part was gone, then the number of genes here may be 16. Means 4 genes are eliminated if that is present on the particular region where that cuts off. Then 4 genes function will be 0 in the next generation. Sometimes the chromosome itself may be deleted. Sometimes extra chromosome may become. Here the problem with the genes, here the problem with the chromosomes. Understand? So, that's the example I can give you. In a classroom, so many benches will be there. Each bench consists of 2 or 3 or 4 students. On bench, student will be there. Every bench you consider as a chromosome. On chromosomes, genes are present. On bench, students will be sitting. So that if a student is absent, that is not a problem. And that bench is not there, then that is a difficult. Let us see what happens if the genes are abnormally present, expressed, and what happens if abnormal number or structure of chromosomes in human for next generation. It is also inheritance characters. So, with the pedigree analysis, I will explain each and everything. Genetic disorders, Mendelian disorders. Of 5 types. Number 1, autosomal disorders. Means here a gene present on autosome will be abnormal, or else allosomal. Allosomal means sex representing genes. Sex gene abnormalities. In autosomes, sometimes a disorder will come by its dominant expression. Means the gene is expressing in this mode, and this is dominant disorder. So then they are called autosomal dominant disorder. Autosomal dominant disorder. Example: myotonic dystrophy, muscle weakness, not by any incident, not by any accident, not by any supplement deficiency. By birth, muscles will be weak because of dystrophin protein synthesis will not be sufficient. The disorder because of the dominant genes. And if you see second one, recessive autosomal recessive disorder will come in this pattern. That they are called recessive diseases. Example for autosomal recessive diseases. sickle cell anemia, phenylketonuria, thalassemia. These are what given in the NCERT for NEET version. Sickle cell anemia comes on 11th chromosome. Phenylketonuria comes on 12th chromosome. Thalassemia comes 16th chromosome as well as 11th chromosome. Means what? Sir, you explain the genes will be abnormal so that this disease will come. Why again you are telling that chromosome? Gene present in the present on the 11th chromosome is a problem. So sickle cell anemia will become by a gene. That gene is present on which chromosome? 11th chromosome. So on 11th chromosome, if that particular genes are in recessive condition, then the sickle cell anemia will come. Like that, it's represented by 12th chromosome. It is a two types. Type 1 or alpha type will be 16th chromosome, and beta type will be 11th chromosome. Each and everything will be discussed in depth. On the other side, allosomal, that may be X-linked dominant. X-linked dominant. Incognitia pigmenti. Incognitia pigmenti. So improper pigmentation, dots will be there on the skin color. Whereas X-linked recessive disease or disorder. For these examples, hemophilia, color blindness, cystic fibrosis will be there. Cystic fibrosis also autosomal recessive. Cystic fibrosis, which comes under 7th chromosome. So many diseases will be there. Actually, I can explain all these, but no need. Apart from textbook, you don't need to go. But sometimes this boundaries are important. Even cystic fibrosis is not given in the NCERT. That is one of the important things. So if you go for other materials, then views data will be there. For one topic, you have to spend a lot of time. That will be wasted. So that exact point I mentioned. So hemophilia and color blindness both are discussed in the NCERT. And Y-linked, bald head, hypertrichosis. These are examples. So total 5 categories are there. First one, autosomal dominant. Second one, autosomal recessive. Third one, X-linked dominant. Fourth one, X-linked recessive. Fifth one, Y-linked or influenced. These are coming only in males, and this is coming in both. X-linked means both coming in male and female. Why? Because X chromosome, gene present on X chromosome, X present in both male and female. Y-linked recessive also coming for male and female. Autosome present in everyone, so that present male, female and male. Male and female. So that autosomal dominant disorders may appear in both male and female. Autosomal recessive also appear in both male and female. X-linked dominant also appeared in both male and female, and X-linked recessive also in both, but Y-linked is only males. Why? Because Y chromosome, which is very short chromosome in entire of 46 in male, so that chromosome is present in only male. That is why bald head and hypertrichosis. Hypertrichosis means hair from the ear lobes, nothing but from the auricles, hair will come. So that is hypertrichosis that you cannot find in female. Why? Because that hair providing gene, which hair on ears providing gene is present on only Y chromosome. As Y chromosome is absent in females, you cannot see that fact. One important point I am going to tell you: X-linked dominant or X-linked recessive, both, if you see, they are representing in both male and female. But who will affected more? Male will be affected more in number, or female will be affected more in number? Answer is male will be affected more in number. Why? Male have only one X. Female have two X chromosomes, X and X. Whereas in female have X and X, male have X and Y. one X is present in male. One X can express very easily instead of 2. 2X probability means causative gene, lateral gene who cause death or abnormality called lateral gene. Lateral gene present in both X's. From here, the concept I will explain. In case of female, this is X. In case of female, this is X and X. In case of male, this is X and Y. Suppose a disease we just take, that is a color blindness. Maybe that is a recessive. You can take also what called dominant also, not an issue. Color blindness. Color blindness, the gene is represented by C. The C present on only X chromosome in recessive conditions means what? Small c. If small c is there here, small c is there here, small c is there here. This is color blind female. This is color blind male. Being a color blind, becoming a color blind male, very easy. Why? Because only X is one X is there. So one X representing is easy. C should be present on both, then only female will be color blind. Instead of 2, 1 will be easy. That is why males are very huge in number, affecting in X-linked recessive or X-linked dominant. So let us discuss the important diseases here. That is, first one sickle cell anemia, second one phenylketonuria, third one thalassemia, fourth one hemophilia. Once hemophilia discussed, color blind is also sickle cell anemia in detail. If you want to understand the abnormality, first you must know what is normality. Then you can understand this. You know very well what DNA transcription and translation gives a protein or expression. Then if it is a DNA, in that case this is a coding strand of DNA, and this is non-coding strand. Non-coding strand will be transcribed. This is non-coding strand will be transcribed into mRNA. Right? This is DNA. DNA is a double stranded. In that, one strand is coding, second strand is non-coding. Transcription will be done always from the non-coding strand. So many sequences will be there. There is no doubt. So many sequences will be there. Suppose here it will be a GAG sequence, whereas in the coding strand, opposite with the double bond, with the triple bond, it will be C. With the double bond, it will be T, and with the triple bond, it will be C. So on the non-coding strand of DNA, I am explaining normal condition. Listen carefully. In the conclusion, you will understand everything. Finally, so GAG will be the code, sequence code on coding strand. CTC will be the code in non-coding strand. First question to you is, which strand of DNA undergone transcription? No doubt, non-coding strand. Non-coding strand can give codes that represent amino acids. So it will be transcribed on the mRNA will come. But apart from C will be transcribed here, the mRNA to C replaced by G opposite, and the T replaced by A. Thymine here adenine, and the C replaced by G. GAG will be formed. Then this mRNA undergone translation gives amino acid sequence polypeptide chain, that is a protein. But which amino acid will be formed here? That is glutamic acid. Glutamic acid code is GLU. Glutamic acid will be formed by GAG. Clear? So if the glutamic acid is there on the 6th amino acid position, so many will be there. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that, 7, 8, 9, 10. So many amino acids will be there. That 6th amino acid should be glutamine. Then the oxygen tension will be good, and the RBC shape will be round or biconcave. Then these two shapes, this is round and this is biconcave. They participate in the transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide both. From lungs to tissue, oxygen they carry. From tissue towards lungs, they carry carbon dioxide. So this is what normality. This is what normality. Understand? I'll give you the question here. Some questions. The shape of RBC will be round or biconcave due to which amino acid? 6th amino acid of the hemoglobin molecule, alpha chain. In the hemoglobin, alpha chain and beta chain both are present. At alpha chain, 6th amino acid, total alpha chain 141 amino acid will be there. Among the 141 amino acid sequence, 6th amino acid should be glutamic acid. That glutamic acid will be provided by the code present on the mRNA, that is GAG. Question. So, glutamic acid will be represented by which code of the mRNA? Answer will be GAG. Glutamic acid will be represented by the which code of the non-coding strand of DNA? Answer will be CTC. Don't think question always will be there in this point. Maybe shift it to here. Sometimes RBC, non-sickle cell, this is not sickle cell, it is a normal person. This is the normal person RBC. In a normal person RBC, in a person's normal RBC shape, that is a round or biconcave, that is produced by the code present on DNA coding strand. If they ask, answer will be GAG. Coding strand sequences are as it is in the mRNA. So question may be here, or here, or here, or here, or here. Okay. Now what is abnormality? Mutation has been taken place. Mutation means what? Instead of the A, T has been replaced. Just see. Take the same DNA. So DNA, GAG, instead of GAG, what has there? GTG will be there. GTG will be there. A replaced by T. In which strand? Coding strand. At coding strand. Whereas in the non-coding strand, short form NCS, non-coding strand, what will be there? Opposite G, C will be there. Opposite P, double bond, A will be there. Opposite G, triple bond, C will be there. CAC has come. So, non-coding strand, CTC, normal condition. Non-coding strand in abnormal condition, CAC. This is the important question. That is a mutant form. This is mutant form. Mutant, which type of mutant? It is replacement, substitution. T is not deleted. T is substituted by A. So that this mutation is substitution. Clear? By this substitution, what kind of changes will happen sequentially? Let us see. Now, if this type of a mutant DNA undergone, this is a DNA undergone transcription. What will form? Single stranded mRNA will form. This time mRNA will have codes like C opposite G will come, A opposite U will come. Understand? Timing is absent in the mRNA. U will come and C opposite G will come. So GUG will be formed. GUG is the mutant form of result of mutant form. This is mRNA. If this mRNA undergo the translation, protein synthesis will happen. If the particular, instead of the 6 amino acid, instead of glutamic acid, what will form? Valine will form. VAL, valine. At 6th amino acid of alpha chain of hemoglobin. This is abnormal. If glutamic acid is there, the shape will be round. If instead of glutamic acid, what was there? Valine, because it was mutant. Which type of mutation? Substitution mutation, not deletion. Then this valine cannot produce original shapes. So that tension will be decreased, then shape will be changed into sickle cell. Like RBC shape will be sickle, half moon shape, sickle shaped RBC. If this RBC can carry 4 oxygen molecules, this can carry either 1 or 2 oxygen molecules only. That is the problem. So because of the genes substitution, what has happened? RBC shape itself changed. That gene is present on which chromosome? 11th chromosome. Sickle cell anemia responsible gene is present on 11th chromosome. So many questions are there here. See, original shape is round or biconcave. Abnormal shape is sickle. And which amino acid is replaced by which amino acid? Glutamic acid is replaced by valine. Which code of mRNA is replaced by which code? Original code is GAG is replaced by GUG. At non-coding sequence, how question will come? CTC will be replaced by CAC. Coding strand, what is the question? GAG will be replaced by GTG. So it is replaced by this. GAG replaced by GTG in coding strand. CTC replaced by CAC in non-coding strand. GAG is replaced by GUG in mRNA, and glutamic acid replaced by valine in sequence of polypeptide chain. So that round shape is not coming because of the valine. Sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia genotypes. How it will be there? How many alleles will be there? How it will transfer? Let us see. This is a part how sickle cell anemia will come. Generally, it is normal, it is abnormal. Through sickle cell anemia, how it will inherit from parents to offspring. Let us see. Sickle cell anemia, normal expression will be HbA and HbA. These two are alleles. But this is a gene sequence which gives non-sickle cell anemic condition. Means in normal persons who had RBC in round shape, this is what? This is expression. Means it is dominant condition. But sickle cell anemia will not come in the dominant condition. Why? Because it is a recessive condition. Autosomal recessive. On 11th chromosome, both the genes are like this. Your RBC will be in round shape. On 11th chromosome, homologous chromosomes, genes consist of HbS and another one is also HbS. Then that person is affected by sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemic condition. That person. In that person, RBC will be sickle shaped. Here the RBC will be biconcave or round shaped. This is normal gene. Normal gene for sickle cell anemia. This is abnormal gene. Abnormal gene for sickle cell anemia. Another probability is on homologous chromosomes. One allele is in normal, another one is in abnormal. This is heterozygous condition. Heterozygous condition. Possibility is there. Here, person will be carrier, not affected. Not affected. But act as carrier. Why? He can transfer this lateral gene. This is carrier gene to the next generation by the offspring. So this is carrier gene. Carrier gene. In which condition? Heterozygous condition. Now let us see one pedigree on this. Before discussing about the pedigree, let me tell you how many genes are responsible for that. Genes responsible for sickle cell anemia are two. One is HbA, another one is HbS. Answer is this. Another one, alleles. Sorry, these are alleles. Genotypes of sickle cell anemia. Answer will be three. Number one, HbA. Number two, HbS carrier. Number three, HbS affected. Other than three, there is no possibility. By this, let us see a small pedigree. A normal person, male, this is square and cube. This kind of shape will be representing male in pedigrees. Married, the shaded round means affected one. Here this is affected female, means HbS. This is HBA and HBA. Then what type of generation will come? If they have two daughters and a two sons, what type of genotypes in their progeny? Let us see. Here, these are the two gametes, these are the two gametes. Same gametes here. So, this is one from male, one from female. Then this is carrier. Carrier, female. And what is this? This is also carrier. Carrier, male. This is also carrier. Carrier, female. This is carrier, male. All will be carrier if mother is affected, father is normal. This is one condition. So, all offsprings will be carriers if mother is sickle cell anemia and father is normal. If father is carrier, then this is HBS. Then what will happen? 50% will be affected. HBS will be go for the two daughters. Then here HBA and HBS. This is carrier, and this is HBS and HBS affected, and this is carrier, or one daughter will be affected and one son will be not carrier. So 50% in this condition, what happens? If father is carrier, then 50% of daughters are carriers, 50% of sons are carriers, 50% of daughters are sickle cell anemia, and 50% of sons are sickle cell anemia. This is another condition. If he is also affected, then this is also S. Then all will be affected. So by the given genotypes, we can make the pedigree. By the given pedigree, we have to assume the genotypes and we can conclude the answers from the option. So this is what about sickle cell anemia. They may ask questions about the sickle cell anemia. You must go through this. How many alleles has come? Here, 2 alleles. How many genotypes has come? 3. How to find out the genotypes? Very easy. Find out the genotypes by this formula. N into n plus 1 by 2. This is genotype finding out formula. So here n is number of alleles. How many alleles are there? 2. So that 2 into 2 plus 1 by 2. That is equal to 6 by 2. That is equal to 3. These are the 2. Anywhere, if they given the genes or alleles in question, if they ask genotypes, then go for the formula n into n plus 1 by 2 so that you will get the answer. In blood groups also. Now, second one, that is phenylketonuria. Autosomal recessive. This is autosome means you must say that what is the number from first chromosome pair to 22 pair, all are autosomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, so and so 22 till 22 on which chromosome? Genes are abnormal to cause phenylketonuria. Means answer will be here 12. 12th number of chromosome is responsible. Whereas sickle cell anemia is 11th chromosome. Genes responsible for sickle cell anemia is present on 11th chromosome. Genes responsible for the phenylketonuria means gene something, that is an X gene present on 12th chromosome. Don't think that on 12th chromosome only this gene is present. So many are there. It is also present. 12th chromosome helps to produce phenyl hydrolase. Phenyl hydrolase, hydroxylase. I'm sorry. Hydroxylase is the enzyme. So PAH. PAH is the short form of the enzyme. Very important point. This is enzyme PAH or enzyme phenyl hydroxylase will be produced by a gene X. That gene is present on 12th chromosome. If this enzyme produces, what will happen? If this enzyme is there, then phenylalanine What is phenylalanine actually? This is essential amino acid. What is that? Essential amino acid means it cannot be synthesized in our body. We must take from fruits. This phenylalanine, by the action of PAH, become tyrosine. What is tyrosine? It is non-essential amino acid. Non-essential amino acid. What is phenylalanine? Essential amino acid. Difference between essential and non-essential. Essential amino acids, they cannot synthesize in our body. We must consume from the diet. Which one? Essential amino acid. What is the non-essential amino acid? Non-essential amino acids can be prepared, can be synthesized in our body. Example, best example is this one. It is not synthesized in our body, so that you are taking from the fruit. If these levels are more, suppose your body need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 per day. Suppose per day 10 molecules of phenylalanine is enough for your body, but unexpectedly you have taken 20, means 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 10 are unnecessary, right? Then extra phenylalanine molecules converted into tyrosine. It is another amino acid. See, whenever phenylalanine molecules are enough in number, then it will be utilized in our body. Whenever the phenylalanine molecules are exceed their number more than normal, then they will be converted into tyrosine. So that tyrosine can be prepared in our body. No need to take the tyrosine from diet. So this tyrosine is converted from the phenylalanine by an important enzyme called PAH, phenyl hydrogenase. Phenylalanine hydrogenase also can be called. That's right. Phenylalanine hydrogenase. Hydroxylase of phenylalanine is called tyrosine. Very simple. But if this enzyme is represented in the function, this enzyme is produced by X gene. This X gene is present in this condition. If this X gene is absent, what? That is what the class. Genes are present, normal. This is normality. What is abnormality? Gene is absent. What happened? Extra phenylalanine molecules converts into phenyl pyruvic acid plus crystals, byproducts. Phenyl pyruvic acid and crystals will be formed by the excess amount of phenylalanine in the body. They are very dangerous. They go to brain and damage our memory power. So mentally retarded. They cause mental retardation. Mental retard. And they go to kidney. Then ketone bodies absorption poor. Means in the blood ketones will be there, nothing but sugar bodies. The sugar bodies has to absorb into the blood again in the renal tubules, PCT and DCT. But if these crystals are there in the blood, their absorption will be less. Through urine, final urine, ketone bodies will come out. Observe the name here. Phenyl, ketone, urea. Through urine or through along with the urea, ketone bodies are coming because of the excess amount of phenylalanine in our body. When the gene is not perform its function, means gene is absent. So it is the deletion. In the deletion conditions. So this is also mutation. Whereas before you have seen the mutation that is sickle cell anemia, that is substitution. Glutamic acid is substituted by valine. That is why shape of the RBC will be changed. But here what happened? The complete gene is deleted. If it is present, proper function will happen. Phenylalanine also utilized and tyrosine is also utilized. But the gene is absent. In the absent condition, why it is absent? Deletion mutation happened. The gene is terminated. Suppose on the 12th chromosome, the gene is present here. The gene is present here, okay. But on the 12th chromosome, gene is not there. Then it will happen to the disease. This is also autosomal recessive condition. Present, dominant condition absent, recessive condition. Expression is 0. Okay, deletion or mutant. Next, autosomal recessive disorder, that is thalassemia. Let us have a look. Thalassemia is another autosomal recessive. Just before I explain that, if it is autosomal, whether it's a dominant or recessive, no matter, you just go for the number. 16th chromosome and 11th chromosome, both are responsible. Means it is two different types. Thalassemia is in two types: alpha thalassemia, beta thalassemia. It is also called B type. It is also called A type. Actually, hemoglobin structure, if you observe, it has the two alpha chains and two beta chains. Two alpha chains together consist of 141 amino acids, and two beta chains consist of 144 amino acid sequence, polypeptide chain. And sequence of this beta chain, like this, 144 amino acids will be there, consists of an alpha chain sequence, 141 amino acids will be there. So if you talk about alpha thalassemia, genes that are HbA1, HbA2 means hemoglobin alpha chain 1, alpha gene produced by two genes, that is A1 and A2. Both are present on which chromosome? 16th chromosome, are responsible to synthesize this alpha chain. Whereas one gene, that is HBB, one gene, present on which chromosome? 11th chromosome, is responsible to synthesize this beta chain. If any mutation happen in the HbA1 gene or HbA2 gene, then alpha chain of the hemoglobin will be short or less because of some mutation or deletion. Whereas here, if any mutation happen here, mutation on which gene? HBB gene, cause abnormal synthesis of beta chain of hemoglobin. That size will be less or 0. Then what will happen? Hemoglobin main function is what? Transport of oxygen and also carbon dioxide. So, and sickle cell anemia and this one both are different. Sickle cell anemia, that is different, that is representing the size of RBC, but this is amount of hemoglobin. First it is quantitative, followed by qualitative. Because of its less synthesis, oxygen synthesis will be less. Think very important points here one should observe. Thalassemia is the two types, A and B type, or alpha or beta type. Alpha thalassemia, genes responsible for alpha thalassemia means two genes. Genes responsible for beta thalassemia means one gene. That's a direct question. What is that one gene? HBB. Where is that HBB or beta thalassemia gene present on 11th chromosome? Alpha thalassemia responsible genes are present on 16th chromosome. Two genes are present on 16th chromosome. Next, if HbA1 and HbA2 are deleted or mutated somewhere, then what will happen? Alpha chain of hemoglobin will be affected. HBB will be deleted or mutated, beta chain will be affected. So that what will happen? Qualitatively, quantitatively, supply of oxygen will be this is thalassemia. But beta thalassemia is asymptomatic, very dangerous. Now, let us move to the X-linked recessive disorders. Without recessive diseases, in textbook they have given example hemophilia and red-green color blindness. Red-green color blindness. Night blindness is different. Color blindness is different. Color blindness means red and green cannot be seen. The person who cannot see the red color, the disease of genetic disease is called protonopia. The person who cannot see the green color, that is called deuteranopia. So, hemophilia, let me explain. What is hemophilia? In the condition of hemophilia, a person who met in accidents or in small injuries, bleeding time at the blood clotting will be exceeded. Generally, I am explaining the concept. This is the blood vessel. Blood is flowing inside the blood vessel. If blood vessel cuts off, the stream of blood stream comes out of the blood vessel is called bleeding. Unless blood vessel cuts off, bleeding will never occur. But because we have a closer circulatory system, blood arrested in the blood vessels. That time what happens? Immediately, three reactions will happen. That are first reaction, in the presence of the calcium ions, the clotting protein nothing but a thromboplastin comes and gives thrombokinase enzyme. That is reaction 1. And the thrombokinase, in the presence of thrombokinase, that activates fibrinogen, prothrombin into thrombin. Later, thrombin activates fibrinogen into fibrin. Finally, three reactions will happen. In reaction A, thrombokinase will be produced, and reaction B, thrombin will be produced, and reaction C, fibrin will be produced. To produce fibrin, thrombin is important. To produce thrombin, thrombokinase is important. Unless blood vessel cuts off, these reactions will not happen. So whatever it is, this is not the matter, belongs to the concept, current concept. All these reactions should take place at the damaged part, then the damaged part will be repaired. Then blood bleeding will be stopped within 3 to 8 minutes in the normal or average range of injury, trauma. Then blood flows in its normal way. Sometimes so many factors are required: calcium ions, vitamin K, fibrinogen, prothrombin, thromboplastin, pro-converting, pro-accelerating, hemoperium, plasma hemoglobin factors, and Christmas factor, Huisman factor, fibrin stabilizing factor. So many 13 factors are required for the blood clotting mechanism, so that bleeding will be stopped within 3 to 8 minutes. 3 to 8 minutes. This bleeding will be stopped because of the 13 factors, isn't it? In the 13 factors, all 13 factors are proteins. All proteins are coming from translation. All translations are coming from transcription. All transcriptions happen in DNA. Means DNA is responsible for this. Nothing but gene. So behind this, so many genes are there. Now, X-linked recessive disorders we are discussing. On X-linked recessive disorders, nothing but on X chromosome, in recessive conditions, some of the proteins will not be synthesized, so that bleeding time will be increased, then person closer to the death. Within time of 3 to 8 minutes, if blood bleeding stops, then person will be saved. Blood bleeding, no? Suppose in the small injuries, in normal accidents, person will be died because of excess bleeding. So they don't know that hemophilia conditions are there. Let us see this lateral disease genotypes and some pedigrees now. What I explain now is how it is happening. This hemophilia expressed on nothing but X chromosome. X chromosome. And which condition? Dominant condition or recessive condition? Recessive condition. Hemophilic alleles, if you see capital H also you can see, capital H, small h also you can see, small h and small h also you can see. But here capital H is representing normal gene. Why? Because it is in dominant condition. Allele. Small h is responsible for abnormal small h. And the gene is present on X chromosome. How many X's are present in the female allosomes too? So capital X, sorry, X and X, here capital H and capital H is there. It's one probability. Another probability is X, capital H, small h. Another probability X, small h, small h. Let us see, all these are the female. This is female. Female can produce, there are three types of genotypes. This is normal female and this is carrier female. Carrier female means what? The female is not affected, but that female could able to transfer the positive gene to next generations. Why? Because they have 50% of it. Third one is simply hemophilic female. Hemophilic female. Whereas in the male, if you see, whereas in the male conditions, condition 1, X. Here X may be with capital H. This is normal male. Condition 2, X, small h and Y. See, on the Y we should not write this gene Y because this is X linked. It is linked with only X linkage. That is, this is hemophilic male. So how many genotypes are possible for male? 2. How many genotypes are possible for female? 3. More genotypes of X-linked recessive are from genotypes more from female. More affect from, but because they have only one X, they are easily affected. Means to affect the female small h, nothing but recessive gene, should be present on both the X's. Okay, both the X's. The condition is X small h and X small h. And in the X-linked recessive, males will be easily affected because they have only one X. And there are no carriers. For X-linked recessive, males never be carrier, they will be affected. Females only carrier. Note down this point. Whereas in autosomal recessive, that is the logic to identify given pedigree analysis, is the autosomal recessive or X-linked recessive. By the given data, you are going through the genotypes, male and female, you assume their carriers are males, then there is no doubt. Given pedigree chart is belongs to, perhaps that is autosomal recessive. Why? In autosomal recessive, both male and female can be carriers. But in X-linked recessive, male never be carrier, female can be carrier. Male will be affected. So, let us take a pedigree. A carrier female, married, affected hemophilic person, carrier female genotype list. This is X, capital H, this is X, small h. This is genotypes. You have to place the genotypes in the given pedigree so that at one point what you assume will be true. If it is false means you have to assume another one. This is X, small h and Y. On Y you should not write anything. On X you should write small h. Why? Because the given pedigree chart representing male is affected. What type of offsprings they may produce? We just take 2 boys and 2 girls. This girl receives X from mother, another X from father. This X is capital H and this X is small h. So that carrier mother produce carrier daughter. Then this son carries X from mother. If this is the X, capital H. If this is the X, small h. Probably either anyone. Then one from father. So sorry, here it will be Y. Boy receives Y from father. Then on the Y nothing will be there. Then what kind of individual it is? This is normal male. This is carrier female. Then what about this? You just assume X. Small h may come and Y. Sorry. Daughter is received another X now. So this is hemophilic female. This is hemophilic female. How many carriers are there? Only one carrier. That is daughter only. So question will come like this. A carrier mother marries affected hemophilic person. Then what is the percentage of their progeny with the effect? Out of two sons, one son is affected, means 50% son with hemophilic and 50% of son. Out of two, one will be non-hemophilic, means normal. Third statement, 50% of daughters. Out of two, one will be 50% of daughters will be carrier hemophilic and 50% daughters are affected. Affected means hemophilic. So totally about sons and daughters. About progeny, 50% of progeny will be affected. Why this is also affected now? In recessive condition, small h is there on H and small h is there on both X's. That is why small h is there on both the X's, then that will be affected. So that 50% of daughters and 50% of sons are affected, means 50% of their progeny is hemophilic. 50% of their progeny is non-hemophilic. Carrier is also non-hemophilic. So let me give you another question on the hemophilia. There's a different kind of question here. This time I am taking an example from color blindness. Hemophilia also can be taken, but hemophilia one degree I explained. Now this time color blindness. See, question understand perfectly. Colorblind male married a woman who is normal. Means here one of the partner, nothing but a female partner is normal. You just go for the female partner, that is a X and X, capital C and capital C. Colorblind represented by C. Hemophilia represented by H. So that is crossed with the male. This is a female and crossed with the male. Male is colorblind, means X, small c and Y. X small c and Y. Small c means recessive. Recessive condition only, na? Colorblind. You should not take capital C here. Capital C means normal. So that's a question. Colorblind male. This is colorblind male. Married a woman who is normal. This is normal. You shouldn't write capital C and small c. Then she will be a carrier for that. That is the data we have extracted from the given question. Colorblind. Normal for colorblind. What is the frequency for affected traits in sons? This will be later. First we do the cross between the given traits. Just take Punnett square. It helps you a very easy manner. This side male and this side female. Male X and Y. Female X and X. Let us see the traits. Male is normal. Sorry, male is affected. So that small c on the Y, nothing is there. Why it's not Y linked? It is X linked. So what about the mother? Female X capital C, X capital C, but because it is normal. Then we just cross these two. What happens? This is a girl because X and X, and this is a boy, X and Y. This is the girl, X and X. This is the boy, X and Y. So now we have decided two girls and two boys, same probability, 1:1. Then what type of traits they have? One X from capital C, one X from small c. This is carrier, female, carrier girl. Done. This X comes from mother, so that it is capital C. Y doesn't have. Capital C means what? Normal boy or male. Whereas here X capital C and this is X small c, again carrier female. This time here X capital C and Y. X capital C, the mother, X is the boy, X received from mother. Yeah. This is what the progeny from given traits, genotypes. What is the question? What is the frequency of affected traits of sun? You just take these two only sons, na? All together is children. 4. But sons 50%. This is son, this is son, this is daughter, this is daughter. How can I say? Because of x and x, this is daughter. Because of x and y, this is son. Question is, what is the frequency for affected traits in sun? Means colorblind sun. How many are there? This is normal. This is normal. Normal sun. So that frequency is 0 out of 4 is equal to 0%. 0%. If the question affected traits in daughters they ask. Affected traits in colorblind daughters, how many are there? This is carrier, this is carrier. No colorblind. So far, son is also 0, daughter is also 0 out of 4. So these are sons 0 out of 2. 2 sons, na? This is daughters also out of 2, 0 is affected. So that 0% frequency. Next question. Say on next mode. Okay. What is the frequency of carrier trait in daughters? This is carrier, this is carrier. So that is the third case. This is the first case, this is the second case. The third case, all daughters are carriers, now 2 out of 2. So that 100% daughters. In the question, they are not asking daughters, they are asking traits in progeny. Progeny means what? 4. In that fourth case, what will happen? 4 is equal to 100. Then 2 are only carriers. 4 by 2, that is equal to 50%. That is about progeny they are asking, not the others. Same thing. The frequency of affected sons we have seen. Frequency of a normal. Frequency of carriers is not frequency of normal. Trait in the progeny. If you see, progeny means what? Out of 4. How many are normal? Normal, 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 and normal. Carrier is also normal. Why? Because in that person, vision is very good. But that girl marries someone who has the trait, which will be constant. So 4 out of 4 is normal, is 100% normal. This is fifth kind. Like that. They may ask frequencies about affected, carriers, or normals in only sons or in only daughters. If they ask only sons, 2 is equal to 100. If they ask only daughters, if they ask only sons, 2 is equal to 100. If they ask only daughters, 2 is equal to 100. If they ask progeny, 4 is equal to 100. So at frequency, don't confuse. This is how questions will come from X-linked recessive. And the difference between autosomal recessive and X-linked recessive is autosomal recessive males are also carrier. X-linked recessive males never be carrier. This important point helps you to clear a lot of confusions in the pedigree as well as questions like this. Now, the last part of this class is chromosomal disorders. This time we are learning about disorders of the disorders of the chromosomes when they are in abnormal, their number or structure. When it is happened means during anaphase, the cell division, during anaphase, the chromosomal segregation will be happening. During that time, one side, due to the non-disjunctional positions and what called in the metaphase plate, the tubulin proteins are not properly synthesized. The exact sequence of chromosomes cannot be pulled off towards their poles. One way they may have more chromosomes, one way they have a less chromosomes instead of equal. So that time chromosomal non-disjunctional chromosomal abnormalities will happen. That may be polyploidy conditions, that may be aneuploidy conditions. Polyploidy and aneuploidy. Let me explain the sequence once. Suppose if it is a cell division placed inside the cytoplasm, nucleus and centrioles are there, nucleus becomes chromosomes at the metaphase plate. 1, 2, 3, 4 chromosomes are there. Here centrioles are there in place of animals. Then by the help of spindle fibers, chromosomes are existed. This is metaphase. Metaphase followed by anaphase. That time segregation of chromosomes are happening. During the segregation, in the centrosomes are pulling force is greater than this, then instead of 4, they have a 5. Instead of a 4, they have a 3. So total how many are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4 sets. Means 8. Out of 8, 3 gone here, 5 gone here. So 8 becomes 3 and 5. So in this condition, what happened? In this condition, the diploid 2n lost one condition. Here diploid gain one condition. 2n plus one condition is called trisome. Trisomic. Means one is extra. Here monosomic. Monosomic conditions. 2n minus 1. Whether it is a 2n minus 1 or 2n plus 1, both are called aneuploidy. So aneuploid formula is 2n plus or minus 1. Then what is polyploidy? Polyploidy means all 8 chromosomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gone. Here 0. Nothing has happened. All 8 chromosomes gone. One side. Another side there are no. It happens mostly in plants. Mostly in plants. This is called polyploidy. Polyploidy conditions can be seen mostly in plants. Aneuploidy conditions can be seen in animals. 2n plus or minus 1. If it is the plus, then one chromosome will be added to the total number. Suppose 2n is equal to 46 in human plus 1, that is at 47. So this condition is called trisomy. In trisomy conditions, person will have how many chromosomes? In case of human, 47. In monosomic conditions, let us see, 2n is equal to 46 minus 1 is equal to 45 chromosomes. So 1 minus, that is called monosomy. Monosomy. So in monosomic conditions, person will have how many chromosomes? 45. In trisomic conditions, how many chromosomes will have in that genetic pattern? 47. One will be extra, that is what plus. One will be less, that is what is minus. Understand? Both together called aneuploidy. Now, example 1. Down's syndrome. Down's syndrome. This is discovered by scientist Down. So that is called Down's syndrome. According to the Down's syndrome, this is a autosomal trisomy. Means human have 1 to 22 pairs of autosomes and 23 is maybe XX or XY. It is not coming to here. It is coming to autosomes. Which number in the autosome means 21st one. 21st one, some extra chromosome is there. Generally, first chromosome is AA. 22nd chromosome is also AA. 23 is either male or female. The male is XX, female is XY. That's not a matter, it's a part. And second chromosome is also AA. Third one is also AA. And 21 have AA plus A. So that all together 46 plus 1 A is extra. One set is extra. That is called one set is one chromosome. Here 47. Another one has one single chromosome. 47 chromosomes are there because of a 21 is having additional chromosome. That is called Down syndrome. If it is there, then what kind of symptoms can be seen? The Down syndrome person will be mentally retarded, means low IQ and partially open mouth. Mouth will be open partially, furrowed tongue. Furrowed tongue always will be the slightly outside and they give some sound like a sound. Okay, and round and pale face, short body with dumb posture. They are very less, nothing but a dwarfism. So these all are the characters of Down syndrome. Irrespective of their age, they look like a very small kid. Now, another example for the trisomy. What is the Down syndrome? Down syndrome is autosomal trisomy. Which is the second example? Allosomal trisomy. Allosomal trisomy. What is allosomal trisomy? This time addition of chromosomes has come for autosomes, number 21. This time sex chromosomes. Allosomal trisomy example, Klinefelter syndrome. Klinefelter is a scientist. He given this syndrome. For this person, from first chromosome to 22nd chromosome and 23rd chromosome is XY. Means in male only it will become, not in females. Klinefelter syndrome comes only in males. First chromosome to 22nd chromosomes all are autosomes, so that it will never come here. It comes only at 23rd chromosome, and that too X and Y. Extra X will be produced here. Till 22, how many are there? 22 pairs means 46 plus XXY. That means 46 plus, sorry, here 44. 22 pairs means 44 plus XXY. That means 47. This person have an extra chromosome, that is X. Beside XY, one X will be extra. This person will be called as gynecomastia. Gynecomastia means what? He represents a female character. Nothing but secondary sexual characters of male absent. Actually, he is a male, but due to the presence of one extra X chromosome in the allosomal sequence, he doesn't show that male characters like mustache, beard, and proper male voice, high, low pitch voice, and all. Instead of that, breast will be developed like female, narrow pelvic like female. Finally, what I am going to say here, feminine characters will be developed. Feminine characters without any kind of involvement, because of the only chromosomal abnormality, the male behave like a female. That syndrome is called Klinefelter syndrome. So Klinefelter syndrome is also trisomy. Trisomy condition 47. You can see the 47 here and 47 here. But this time 47 additional chromosome is there at the 21st. So 21st trisomy, Down syndrome. Allosomal trisomy or trisomy in a male, that is Klinefelter syndrome. The symptoms is gynecomastia. So these two comes under trisomy. Whereas in the monosomy, if you see, monosomy means what? -1. Example, Turner's syndrome. Turner's syndrome. In Turner's syndrome, it comes for only female. The female sequences are 22 pairs plus XX. Also, it can be called as 44 plus XX, isn't it? But here, what happens? One X will be eliminated. In that place, no chromosome will be there, 0. So that 44 plus X is equal to 45. 45 means what? 46 minus 1. That is what this. This side is monosomy. Some females who have rudimentary ovary. So for this, characters are ovary is rudimentary. Ovary is rudimentary means what? It is not in function. Means ovums will not be produced. There is no ovulation. So become sterile. Sterile woman. This is sterile man. This man cannot produce sperms. In Klinefelter syndrome, this is a trisomy. Turner's syndrome is monosomy. I repeat, very easy manner. This trisomy, 21st trisomy, allosomal trisomy. 21st trisomy, Down syndrome. Allosomal trisomy, Klinefelter syndrome. In Klinefelter syndrome comes for only males. Down syndrome comes to males or females. Why? Because it comes to 21st chromosome. 21st chromosome is common in both male and female. So Down syndrome comes for both male and female. Klinefelter syndrome comes for only male. Turner syndrome comes for only female. In Turner syndrome, who will be the sterile? Female. In Klinefelter syndrome, who will be the sterile? Male. So this is all. We just make a chair. In first column, what type of disease? Second column, whether it is autosomal or allosomal. Autosomal means you get the number. Third column, what is the chromosomal pattern? It is a 2n plus 1 or 2n minus 1. And give that number, that is a 45 or 47 in pattern. Pattern means here 22A. 22A. Here 44 plus XXY. This is the pattern. And final column, you just write the disease name and symptoms so that you can easily revise it. I hope you understand the different parts of Mendelian genetics. Nothing but chromosomal, sex determination after Mendelian disorders, genetic disorders, abnormality of chromosomes and everything. You revise and go through the textbook lines and get an assignment well. All the best. Bye.